which one do you want to show on your mini sheet? Skills you want. You look at your character sheet on your skills page. It is the first row, first column that show on mini.
I got it.
All right, welcome everybody. We're doing a little bit of Starfinder in the Sven zone. I am testing the sound. Everybody say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Holy crap.
All right, so everybody can be heard, but can I be heard? Yes. Good to go. Yes. All right, so we will. Soundscape link is in the chat if you wish to join it. So last week, you guys had been told that you had done a quick escort quest to Avalon, and then when you guys got back, you Fisk asked you, the leader of the Inquisitives asked you to clear out a ship that had just come back from the drift and was under construction. You did that, and at the end of that, you guys had come back to Epsilon Station and had leveled up. Trog, if you have not, since we didn't get together, you need to. Well, you don't need to, but you should level up. Once you've done that, let me know. I have a couple questions for you. And so that is where we left off. You guys had just returned back to Absalom Station from the Armada, which surrounds Absalom Stations. All these hundreds, sometimes even more than 1,000 ships. Sometimes, depending on how busy it is, and they you just returned from there. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? Anything really cool that anybody got at level 2?
I can't even remember that long.
There was something cool I got. I just can't remember the name of it.
I learned how to slip out of the flow of time. And so now I walk a little bit faster.
Seriously? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. that's I had lots of really cool options and I just went with the one that gave me more movement speed because I'm like, sure.
Yeah, Sven, I think you know more about what happens and changed for everybody than anybody else does.
That should not be so. You guys should know your characters better than I do. So that is
What's should and what is a different thing, sir.
um,
Let's see, I've got my abilities, I got something. I have a proficiency in, what was it? Advanced melee weapon proficiency, so I can use more than a pike.
I actually got a lot for the second level.
you also got cleave. So
Please, yeah.
it is very situational, but if you
Yeah, that was it. That was so cool.
happen to have
That's
two
it.
people standing next to each other, and you hit the first one, you can then make a second attack with no penalties to the attack against the second guy, as long as they are adjacent to each other and adjacent to you within your reach, and you just get a -2 to your armor class for doing that. So it's pretty cool. It's one of the few times that any people can attack more than once without a minus.
Oh, well, yeah, it's cool because I'm big and I've got things. It's like in real life you always think you'd be cutting through something and it continues the momentum. This is actually continuing the momentum in the game.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh yeah, it's very cool.
So I got 4 things. I got Mystic Cure. So now I can heal people. So we got another person on the group who can heal people.
Nice.
No, it's
And
for
then
losers.
yeah.
Just let everybody else take care of it.
No. It's really cool. I like this one. It's like in like my past experience with like D&D and stuff like that, when you heal somebody, you just heal them like the dice that gets rolled and whatnot, and that's pretty much it. But this one, if they get fully healed with all the dice, then any extra that's left over, I can apply to myself if I need it. And then if they don't get healed all the way, I can choose to take any number of my own hit points and give it to them.
Wow.
Ooh,
I
That
know.
is
That's cool, right?
yeah.
So you're taking points away from you to give to somebody else?
Yeah, I can do that.
and
Like
it's
in
hit
that
points, not
situation.
stamina points, right?
Correct. Yeah, it says any number of your own hit points to the target, healing the target that amount.
Neat.
Yeah. But that's the first one, and then I got Void Whispers, where I get to like basically make like a mental mind attack on people, and they like see and hear things from like different dimensions and galaxies, from like the dark in between and stuff like that. So not good stuff. Yeah, it's kind of cool. And then I traded out the Dissonant Strike that I've been using, which is the one where I would touch people and it would basically send like shockwaves of sonic damage through them, for Jolting Surge, which is basically almost the same thing, except that I'm using electricity to do it, and it does more damage. So it doesn't quite fit my character as much as the Dissonant Strike, but the Jolting Surge was pretty cool, and I do like cool things.
Yeah.
And then I also got Overheat, in addition to my Volcanic Wrath. So my Volcanic Wrath would like spawn that little volcano and then like have an area of effect and whatnot around it. The Overheat, I'm basically like gathering all the heat from nearby bodies and devices, and I'm like venting it outwards in like a thermal wave, like a cone, dealing a bunch of fire damage more instantaneously.
Cool.
Neat.
Yeah, that's what
I
I got.
think the Starfinder spells are just so nifty, you know?
Yeah.
They're just so cool. They're really, really cool.
And you also have a personal soundtrack. So
Oh yeah, I
anytime
forgot about that.
that you use culture or mysticism and are listening to music, you get a bonus.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and Bobby, do you remember how to level up?
Gotta click the little
The cog or flower
yeah.
thing? Yep.
I'm I'm looking at it. It's I'm looking at the right thing. It says primary stat level XP needed.
Right. And so next to ranks, there's that little blue symbol, Paizo
Yep.
symbol.
It,
Drag it down below archetype, let go. There you go.
all right, there we go.
So in the chat, it should have said that you got channel skill. What else did it say?
Finally,
Mind link, okay.
Space Pirate. Now let me go do this.
All right, so the channel skills I already applied to you. So it's your piloting and perception.
Oh,
You get a bonus to because of you are a star shaman. Um, don't forget to spend your 7 points. You can also spend it in your profession, so space pirate, if you want to. The most you can have now is 2 in any one
I remember
skill.
that.
And so what MindLink does is it allows you to link your mind to somebody that you're touching, and you can communicate a large amount of complex information in an instant. You decide what the target learns, limited to any amount of information that otherwise would be communicated in 10 minutes. Comes in a series of visual images and emotional sensations and isn't language dependent. So you basically touch somebody and download information to them very quick, instantaneously. You can do it as many times as you want, but you can only do it to each individual once a day.
For some reason, it's not letting me put the freaking skill points in.
So where it says ranks, click on the top of your character sheet. There's a lock now. You have to unlock it. Very top of,
Yeah,
of
it's
your character
redonkulous.
sheet.
I don't like that.
On the right, it says locked. There you go.
Got it.
Now you'll be able to do it.
That's probably a good. I'm a mess.
All right, and then the other thing you get is more spells. You are a mystic. The number of spells you cast does not change, but the number of spells you know, you get a 0 level and a first level.
Go. All right. Now I can just lock that. There we go. Go.
All right, did you follow that? You have one first level and one 0 level spell that you gain. And if you get a point, if you put a point in culture, let me know. Okay, so on your profession, goes there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the skills and abilities page is the thing that Sven was talking about. You have to click them and then it comes up. I clicked them all.
I'm done with that.
I closed my mini sheet thinking that like, oh yeah, the skills tab will pop up, and then I was confused, and then I had to find the skills on the abilities page, and they're normally in two different pages. That's what I meant. I meant I had trouble finding it, and then I was sharing information in case anybody else had trouble finding it.
You are awesome. You're awesome.
So the whole point of the mini sheet is so that you don't have all the skills listed, especially the ones you aren't trained in that you can't roll anyway. You may want to unclick those.
Okay, which ones would those be?
Anything that's in red on the right, anything that has a total that's red.
Oh, okay.
But
No, I just do.
you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. It's your thing, and you know what works best for you.
I literally can't close them. I mean, roll them, even though I've got plus numbers in them.
If it's red, no.
Correct. It's like you trying to do a tracheotomy or an appendectomy,
I have
or
experience in that.
trying
I
to
have both.
hack. Then you would be trained in it. So it would be like me trying to
Oh,
do
I see.
an appendectomy. I
Yeah,
don't
let's
know
not
anything
do
about that. I don't know how to
Okay.
hack into a computer because I haven't been trained.
Right. Okay. Let's see what happened here. What the hell? Okay, cool. Let's see what happens.
Alrighty, so
Look,
I'm gonna go ahead and
I get a level 0.
you cut out. Yes, you get a level 0.
It's just one spell or 2?
You get a level 0 and a level 1 spell. Alright, and now everybody's gets a long rest.
Wow.
So all your spell slots, all that stuff should be back. Alright, so you have a little bit of downtime. You guys got paid. Let me open up the party sheet. Where is gear? Here it is. Alright, so you all have about 500 and change in credits. Is there anything anybody wanted to look at or buy or do before during your downtime?
How much is it for the Violet Lotus extract?
All right, so if you go to your gear page and click the little blue symbol,
Oh, it
it'll
tells me. Holy
open up
crap.
and you can see how much the price of the things are.
Does it take one of the Violet Lotus for every dart?
Yes. Now, per the pin, grenades, poisons, elixirs, serums are half price and half value if we go to sell them. So it will be 250. And when you use it, there's a chance if it doesn't hit, then most of the time you'll be able to get it back and use it until you actually hit somebody. Because it's like a dart for
Right.
a trank dart to use on animals.
Alright.
So if it doesn't
I'm gonna
hit
buy 2 of
somebody,
them then.
all right, so just that'll cost you 500 and just change. Yep, perfect. All right, so I believe one of you Oh yeah, Trouble Clef. Don't forget you have a. Um, did I not put it in your inventory? The Spell Gem Cache. You did not. That's weird. Oh, it's a boon. Okay.
Probably because it's a boon.
So don't forget to check your boons. Some of you have Lictors of Renewals or tattoos or spell gem caches that you guys received. Um, you did not receive any boons for doing the 2 quests that you have done already, that you did in between the times. Anybody else want to do anything else?
I had a social boon and spotless boon. That mean anything? Spotless.
It means, so if you open them up, they in the little symbol, it just tells you there are times when if you look above the boon section, you'll see ally boon, faction, personal, promotional, social, starship. You can only have one slotted in each one. So if later on, eventually you will have 2 or 3 social boons. So you pick one and you can slot it for that particular story that you're doing. Marked field agent doesn't have a slot because it just is there all the time.
So the faction's friend and the marked field agent had nothing to do with that.
So faction's friend is a social boon. And if you look above
Oh,
boons, there is
okay.
a social boon slot. So you would put
Right.
faction's friend into the social boon slot if that's the one you choose to use during a certain storyline.
You do it now.
Yes, you can.
So I'm having trouble with spells doing wrong.
Spotless.
Okay, again, is it unlocked?
I unlocked it.
Okay.
Drag one over to characters. It says
Okay,
the new spell.
keep cutting out. It said what? On what?
In the chat box, it's saying unable to determine class or level of a new spell. Please drop within a.
So, which spell are you looking to drop on there? What's the name of it?
Hold on. The level 1 I was trying to get was aesthetic mist. Aesthetic.
All right. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's just me, but what's the name of that spell one more time? Acidic mist. Okay. Thank you. Acidic mist. Okay. All right. So take the Paizo symbol and drop it right on the gray bar where it says level 1 cast 0-3. Drop it right onto that bar. See if that works. There you go. So it's very, very picky. Same thing with your 0 level spell. We already got your 0 level spell. Yeah, you have 5.
I must have done that right.
Yeah, 5 and 3. Yep, and then you get a free one, a free level 1. Yep. So you're all set, ready to go. Yeah, so it's picky. You have to drop it right on that gray line. So cool.
Yeah.
You are set and ready to go. Acidic mist. Sounds like me after burritos.
Okay.
This is
But can I see another thing about the boons?
Okay.
The spotless boon, I get that. It's like if we don't, for some reason, don't complete the mission, I can use that to get one extra or one plus whatever it is thing. So I would use but would I use that at the end, or do I just put it in the thing to have it ready?
So what you're talking about is faction's friend, and that's you can only use that 3 times, and
Yes.
that is slotted, and that's already been slotted for you. The March field agent is just simply means that you are a field agent for Starfinder Society and you have their little subdermal implant.
I already do that.
Right. That's all. That's why it doesn't do anything else beyond that. Let you show your 3D hologram saying, "Hey."
Okay.
we'll be right back.
Okay.
You want to put whatever it's called ninja video up. I have my dragon if you want to do that instead of having a blank space. Your call.
All right. Any other questions, comments, anything else anybody else wanted to buy or do? Nikos, did you have anything exciting for level 2?
I'm sorry, what was that question?
Did you have anything else, any exciting for level 2 as a vanguard?
I was just looking at it. Oh, I got let me pull it back up because I thought it was fun. I got antagonize. So I
Ooh,
get
fun.
to like draw attention of the enemies away from my allies, which is going to be pretty fun.
Nice, because you want to get hit anyway, so this will help you
Correct.
get hit.
That is right, because I want the entropy points. Duh.
Let's hope that they
Nice.
actually do enough damage to give you entropy points. That was my issue. So then I
Right.
would always be like 2 or 3 points under what I needed.
Welcome, Jingo. Appreciate you stopping by. To my top subscriber,
Jingo!
and
Oh,
I think he is now also surpassed and has taken over. It's either him or Martian Cat are the top biddy giver as well.
I mean, only one way to really solidify that spot, right?
He likes those tickle biddies.
can I buy some sort of a long range rifle, or too costly?
All right, here's the Parker Redemption for you guys. If I can get it to behave. We looked at that last time we played, and gear. Combat. So you have a Mercy pistol that has a range increment of 20. Again, it doesn't mean you can't cast it beyond 20. It just means you have a minus for every 20 feet you cast it.
Right.
And it all depends on the weapon that you want. There are lots of long arms that are out there. Do you even have the ability? Let's see. You are long arm. Yep. So you are proficient.
don't have a single party sheet though. I see. Okay. So should we just wait until we come across one and then get it that way? Be the smart thing to do.
Items. Weapons. All right, so EFGH long arms. All right, so there is hunting
way.
rifle for 240, scatter gun, which is a shotgun. It's not really long range, but it's a long,
Right.
called considered a long arm for 235 or 485 if you want projectile. There's flame long arms for 370 and 510 for cryo.
Oh, wait.
There's
Something for longer range. Just like
these are all long range except for the shotgun. So laser
how
rifle,
long
an
is it?
azimuth laser rifle is 120 feet range increment
That's
for
good.
425. There's hunting
sounds
rifle
pretty
for
cool.
90 feet for 240. Acid dart tactical 485 credits for 80 feet. Sonic is 60 feet.
Nah. So the azimuth laser sounds good,
Okay,
and then
so it's going to cost you 485 credits.
okay,
And it comes with one battery.
the batteries are 450 or something like that.
There you go.
It
All
was-
right, so
was it-
you have the azimuth laser rifle.
okay, that's 20 shots per round of battery. How much are the batteries again?
I don't know. Look up in the items on the right under campaign, and you can find battery, and it'll tell you how much it costs.
Hey,
Items.
Make sure you get the rechargeable kind.
Yeah,
Right.
I know, right?
All right, anyone else?
yeah,
Battery.
All right, Drug, what's up?
60.
Having
Holy shit.
issues.
balls. All right.
I'm having issues with my Wi-Fi laptop.
So I'll get one battery extra. I'll pay the money.
All right, so what? It's really up to you. Are you able to watch the stream?
I can.
If you want to, if you can watch the stream and be on Discord, then you can still participate. But I know that's a pain in the butt. So if you'd rather just wait till you get your internet working better, then that's fine. Whatever you want to do, your call.
Trying to fix it.
How do I get the item in there?
All right, so you guys buy a couple things,
Holy shit.
and start trying practicing and training in your new abilities, reaching out to your mentors and stuff, and getting that refined and honed. And you get a ping on your communicators
Hmm.
asking you to come to the Lore Spire complex, where Venture Captain Arvin would like to speak with you. Oops, did that?
Why, sweet room.
did not share. There it is. So he is a male Demaya Lashunta.
He is a male, is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. He's sexy.
All right. So you guys gather up
Off, Cap.
together and see each other again. And as you're talking about your newfound abilities and stuff, all right, Zitri, go ahead. If you need any help with that, let me know. I presume you know
Good
how to
work.
find it.
Yep.
So you guys see Zitri has a new backpack, a little price tag still dangling from it,
Get away.
and you guys get into the where is my there it is. Yeah. Is this not what I thought it was? Ah, it's treble clef. No wonder it's not working. There we go. So you guys get into the elevator. Start heading up toward the Starfinder Society floors. Get to the office, and it's a well lit. There's blue carpet on. There's the captain is sitting behind a desk. He's watching a display. It's a holographic display, and then as he sees you guys enter, he motions for you all to come in, and with a button, you see he hits a button, and the holographic display goes opaque on your side. Apologies. Please come in. Be seated if you like, although this shouldn't take long. And you see him reach over and press a little button. He says, Croyd, put everything on hold for a few minutes. If anyone calls, please explain I'm in the mission briefing. I'll get right back to them. Right. I have an assignment for you. This one's a little different than the others you might have received. It's an internal matter. You're probably aware of the Scoured Stars incident. Many of our colleagues elected to leave after the Scoured Stars incident. Many of our colleagues elected to leave the society. So I'm going to pause there real quick. Does anybody remember what the Scoured Stars incident was?
Ooh,
Pretty sure I remember, but I'm waiting for other people to say it to give them a chance.
Nope.
not at all.
I think
Second that.
it has something to maybe has something to do with like the blank history and whatnot, but I can't remember.
The gap.
Yeah, thank you. That thing.
So
If I
there was
remember correctly. Oh,
Go ahead.
if I remember correctly, there was some place that like a bunch of Starfinders went to, and then like all of a sudden, just none of the ships that went came back, and so like, just like all of a sudden, they're like extremely understaffed. It's I don't remember exactly why, but I think I remember that was what happened.
Correct. And I will go ahead and give this. People want to put it in notes or whatever. So there was not only did they disappear, they know where they are, they just can't get to them. And there's this barrier that prevents people from going in there. And since then, it's been almost a year since this happened. Uh, the society is still trying to work on that in addition to rebuild the society um, from you know, from the ground up. And a lot of the faction leaders were involved as well. So, getting back to that, you'll probably
Aloha and good evening to Atomic.
greetings, Atomic. Welcome. Hi.
Mick.
She's singing the Sven Zone songs. We didn't do it tonight. We just did the intro video. So appreciate that. Thank you. And he's reacting to the Parker cam. That's right. You're probably aware that after the Scarred Stars incident, many of our colleagues elected to leave the society. While that's unfortunate, but not really surprising, we hate to lose good field agents, but no one is forced to be here. Normally, we wish them well, and that's that. But in this case, the defector is a former field agent named Reynald Talbot. He stole an artifact from the Lower Spire complex before departing. Theft is where the society draws the line. I need you to get the artifact back.
Fine.
They shoot you a ping on your communicator, and then with the picture. Unfortunately,
He looks sketchy.
Talbot left weeks ago, and we only discovered the theft in the last 24 hours.
Oh, we gotta catch up.
We
He
launched
looks
an immediate.
guilty as oh heck. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It's just that suspicious face. Like you can tell he's for sure hiding something.
He's pretty shifty.
Somebody
I feel
could have been
a little
pitching a
bad
button.
because, like,
No.
even if he didn't steal something, I would think that he stole something, you know?
Exactly. Like he just he was born for it. Poor dude was born into that life.
Unfortunately, he left weeks ago, and we only discovered the theft in the last 24 hours. We launched an immediate investigation to determine the identity of the thief and our last known whereabouts, but it's our bad luck that Talbot was smart enough to get off the station. He headed to Akaton. As you guys probably know, there's no central government or law enforcement to easily call upon there. I need to go track him down and recover the artifact. We know that Talbot caught a shuttle to the Akatonian city of Morrow. So that's a great place to start. The society will, of course, cover your travel expenses.
Oh yeah.
I should hope so.
If they freaking better, and I'm just kidding. Send me on a mission and then make me pay for it. That would suck.
All right, there's. Thank you for redeeming the Parker. And so, I have several questions here. What would you like to ask this, Captain Arvin, while you're here?
Do we think he's working with anyone else?
Well, I can tell you that Talbot's smart, capable. He is a bit brash, but he is a reasonable field agent. But he is also self-entitled and ambitious. After the Scoured Stars incident, he expected to be promoted to venture captain, but the Forum felt he needed more time, so he got angry, and we think this theft is retaliation. When he left, he was by himself. Didn't have anybody with him.
Bonehead. Okay.
So he's arrogant on top of like
Mhm.
suspicious. Okay.
So he was angry. We think it's retaliation. Is he dangerous?
I mean, theoretically, that would be my guess, right?
Could be an active opportunity, right?
We
Chance to get the hell out of there.
at this point he has not harmed anyone, so I'm not sure how to answer that.
Okay.
So,
What's the artifact that he stole?
And Bobby, you were cutting out. What was that?
sorry, I was talking to my cat.
Okay. Well, the
He was
artifact.
biting me.
The artifact. Well, that's a good question, but the answer is complicated because it's actually two questions: what the artifact is, and what Talbot thinks it is. We're operating under the assumption that Talbot thinks he's stolen an object from old Galarion called the Philosopher's Stone. Legend has it that the stone can transmute matter, among other things. What Talbot actually stole was a recently recatalogued as a charlatan stone. It does something similar, except the effect isn't an illusion and it's only temporary. We think that ancient con artists used to make false gold.
Stay over there now.
Alrighty.
I can imagine somebody getting into a lot of trouble thinking that it's actually changing stuff.
Right? Selling it to sketchy people, thinking it's real. And sketchy people come back later, like, "Hey, what's this?"
Or legitimate people.
Dude's gonna be in a world of hurt.
For sure.
Yeah, but if he's going to a place where like no like real law system can be contacted to help, then most of the time there's not going to be a whole lot of like
Legit
legitimate business
people.
dealers there. Yeah.
Well, it just said, if I remember correctly, he only said that they don't have like a central government. That doesn't mean they don't have like local like people that are willing to like enforce like order.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
local gangs, mafias, yakuzas.
That's right.
Sure, they got enforcers. I didn't say they were good enforcers though.
Tomek says there's a sucker born every minute.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so I have three other questions that I have answered specific answers to.
Um.
Do we know exactly where he's going or not? Is that what at least a
Yeah,
generalized.
they tracked him down to a city on a different planet.
Marlton on Akaton.
And there's nobody out there to help in this endeavor?
Ooh,
That's why we're
ooh,
being.
that's a question. Is there a contact for us on Akaton?
No, we don't have any society members out there right now. If you're, I suggest you do a little bit of research on it, but as far as Akaton is concerned, it does have a thin atmosphere. We don't have the luxury of giving you weeks to get used to it. So make sure that you have a way to deal with that, or some armor, any armor really, even the lighter sets offsets the difference there in the atmosphere. And all of you have armor.
Good.
I'm sure you're wondering what we want done with Talbot when you find him.
That would have been a good question for us to ask. Yeah.
I want the stone back. I don't. Talbot is not really worth the expense of dragging him back here. So do whatever you think is necessary. That said, you don't have a license to go on a mass killing spree. Don't make the society look bad. It might be tough to do on Akaton, but don't take that as a challenge. He's sort of
That was like
staring
immediately my
at
first thought
Treble
was,
Clef.
okay, so we can murk this guy. We can just kill him and take the relic. That's fine. I guess we can. It's fine.
I don't mean to insult your intelligence, but we need to make a statement. Rumors of the theft are already circulating through the society, so it's important to send a message that we're not going to tolerate this kind of betrayal. Also, if we don't react, we convey that our work is not very important because it's not worth defending. That said, the charlatan stone isn't worth dying over, so be careful. All right, so at this point, you can finalize your boon slots. I think all of you only have, well, a couple of you might have a couple to choose from, but as he was talking about, if you look at your society page, you will see above boons, it says ally, faction, personal, promotional, social, starship. A couple of you have more than others, but for the most part, I think all of you only have social boons or things that don't get slotted. So pick one of the social boons if you have more than one, and you can just type it in the slot there, or you can, if you want to drag the Paizo symbol up there and then rename it, that's fine. Whatever you want to do, just pick what the social one you want. That basically means the other social one is not available during this adventure.
Okay. That's something we change per adventure, or
Yes.
or not?
Yep. So while you're dealing with Reynold Talbot, that'll lock in that boon. Right now, it's just basically, like I said, most of you don't even have a choice. But as we progress and you guys get more and more experience and do more and more of these missions, you'll have more and more boons to choose from. So this will become a thing that you do every time we shift from mission to mission. Any questions on that before we get going? It's not hugely important, so
Nope.
we can talk about it later if we need to. All right, so you guys head out, get back into the elevator, and go down. What are you guys talking about? What do you want? What do you want to do?
A plan? Like,
Well, we've got transportation. They said that they were going to take care of our traveling expenses. Did they tell us where we were going to? I'm assuming they told us the minor details of like where to go, right?
They
Yeah.
told us what city on what planet.
No, I mean to get the transportation.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
you'll be
that's
going
okay.
to working with
And like the little tiny
Fisk.
details.
And he has arranged for Starship to take you out there.
What we should probably do is gather a little bit more information about that city, because I've never been, and I don't know if any of you guys have, but we should probably learn a little bit before we go there.
I've honestly got no idea if I've ever been there.
Right, so gathering information
Probably have.
is there are two main
Where is
ways
it
of doing it: talking to people and searching the interwebs. So if you want to talk to people, pick a charisma stat like diplomacy, intimidate, bluff, and then say, hey, I want to use this. Does anybody want to help? And then if you're going to search the interwebs, then say computers. And does anybody want to help? And we'll go from there.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sven, I think I'm supposed to re-roll my paradoxes. By the way.
Correct. We can do do that now. Go ahead. You still only have the 4, correct?
I don't think I gained any new ones, so I think we're good.
I speak Acatonian. Does that mean that I've been to Akaton?
No, that means you speak Acatonian.
That was helpful.
It's very
Maybe
possible that you
up
have been to
now.
Akaton. It's also possible that you knew somebody who came from there.
Well, Riven might know, right? He's been around.
It's also a very close planet, so there's a lot of people from Absalom Station and Castrovel and different are the 2 planets that are on either side of it. So it's like speaking Spanish in America, because a lot of people come from Mexico.
Gotcha.
In Spain.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna do diplomacy. Would anybody like to help?
I'll help you.
All right, so if you're trained in diplomacy or have ranks in it, go ahead and roll it to see if you can help her.
I'll
If
help you. I'm helpful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else?
No, I have nothing in diplomacy.
All right.
I just look strong and reliable. That's just having me stand next to you gives them a sense of confidence.
That's right.
I think I'm actually low in diplomacy, aren't I?
All right, so go ahead and roll Zitri with a +2. As long as you roll a 10 or more to help, they get a +2 for each person that helps. 19, very nice. All right, anybody else trying to gather information?
Anybody wants to use computers?
I will try for computers. Anyone want to help me?
Yeah, I'll try from computers, sure.
All right, so roll
Sure, I'll help
assist.
you.
Nice.
Maybe y'all should have just done it.
No, you got a
I get-
+4 now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go
I
ahead.
get
Go
I
ahead.
get +4.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Riven, you don't have. Oh, never mind. You're good. It's just not a class skill. Cool. All right, and so that's +4. So put that in a modifier
Wait,
box.
I don't know if I'm trained in it. How do you tell if you're trained in it?
It'll be red. The total on the right will be red for computers, and also its number of ranks. As long as you each have 1 rank in it, then you're trained.
Okay.
Yeah, you have +9, so you
Wait a minute, you said the red.
No, you're looking at
Oh.
culture. Computers is +4.
Yeah. So you have to.
Oh gosh, that teetered between the 4 and 11. That was kind of scary.
All right.
All right, cool.
22. That was even better than diplomacy check. All right. So I was looking for images. I have all the other images, so I have this one up. Act. Here we go. All right. So here's this. Somebody's mic is hot. Here we go. So the Packed World Systems. You look there. You can make it bigger if you want. You guys are on Absalom Station. And Akaton is right next to you. All right, so there's a couple different things. This is what it looks like.
Mars. No, just kidding.
Okay. Is the sea in the bay? Do they actually have water?
So we'll go over that in just a second. The answer is no. So that's
I was like, they
Morrow.
does not look like it.
So this is this Morrow where you're headed to.
Okay.
So we'll start with the basic information that Captain Arvin shared. The more specific is it's a smaller world than uh, some of the other planets are, and it has 1/3 the gravity and a thin atmosphere. So similar. So if you're not acclimated to it, which is what you guys will be, you can jump 3 times as high. You can also carry 3 times your normal weight, but you don't gain any additional movement speed. As long as you wear any type of armor, then um, you're fine. If you don't, then you have to make hourly fortitude saves or become fatigued.
Better keep that armor on, guys.
So I was looking to see if
So where's our closest landing point?
Morrow, you can land at Morrow.
Okay. Just double checking. Sometimes you can't in those smaller places.
So prior to the gap, people had to travel using in their spaceships as usual. And so before the drift travel, I'm sorry, as I said gap, I meant drift travel, where you could go into hyperspace basically and travel through the drift and pop back out. That happened after the gap. So in that time period and even before the gap, Akaton was a center of the solar system's mining, production, and trade of a thing called Fasteron. Put it in the chat. So it's an ore that is instrumental in the creation of fuel for sublight travel. Now that drift travel is available, it has pretty much almost completely been replaced.
Wow.
So because of that, it's a huge financial crash on Akaton. A lot of the corporations left as they were bleeding money, so they just left. Sometimes leaving their entire operations, just shutting off the lights and leaving. Um, and because of that, over time, even the political hierarchy that was set up had collapsed to where now it is more of a um, big, large areas of land that have no real legal system or um, any kind of real government. And um, on the other hand, a lot of people who, especially people who had moved or lived on Akaton, grew up there, were now jobless with nothing to do and no way to get off the planet. So you have these large groups of people. Some of them have turned to gang warfare. Some of them have turned to just eking out whatever meager living they can. So that's where the basic information that you're able to find. So here's what Zitri is able to find out. Let me Zitri whisper. All right, so if you would share that with us.
Akaton is generally lawless, except for whatever laws a local authority might impose. Akaton survives on trade and commerce. Strangers find loyalty hard to come by, especially in the big cities. Newcomers are consequently likely to be observed and watched, especially if an organization believes it can take advantage of the strangers. If Talbot acted or did anything at all out of the ordinary, someone is likely to have noticed. To avoid being found, it is unlikely he stayed in Morrow for more than a few days.
All right, and
So it's
Treble Clef.
entirely possible the artifact has already been stolen from him.
It's also highly likely that he's already just fucking dead somewhere, but like,
Probably, yeah. Bro.
or at least has people after him. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be like that.
All right,
We're gonna
and,
be saviors to him. He's gonna be like, "Here, take this off my hands."
all right, and Treble Clef, if you would share that.
Okay. Wealth is hard to come by on Akaton. If Talbot fled to the Red Planet, he did so for a reason. It's likely the ex-Starfinder had a plan, and that plan involved gaining a large number of credits. Given Akaton's unstable economy, such a surge should be identifiable for those who follow the money.
All right, you're able to determine there are 5 races that are the main races living on Akaton. First is the Contemplatives. So this is about 3 to 4 feet long brain, about 2 feet high. The body underneath it is about the size of a Barbie doll,
It's kind of gross.
and they hover. They're very intelligent, and are usually very haughty. They consider them, because they are very intelligent. They're usually more intelligent than most other people, and they lord it over them. It's right, atomic, big juicy brains. So they are also known as zombie bait.
Gross. I'd be
Then
haughty too if I was literally all brains.
that's right. And then there is a contingent of humans that are Akatonian, and who've lived there for hundreds, if not thousands of years, called the Hilki. And they are, if we imagine living on Mars, this is one example of what they would look like. Then the Keshti, one of my favorite creatures. Angel, when she played for a couple minutes, had one of these. They are a playable race. They are small, so they are about 2.5 feet tall, but they can squirt blood out of their eyes for 30 feet.
That's right. I remember that.
Yes.
They also reach a certain age where their body takes over, and they transform into this hulking, raging, testosterone-filled creature of hate and lust, and are no longer civilized.
You know, it'd be like that sometimes. Sometimes it's just like that.
One of the other races is called the Shobad. They are very large, and they are known to be slightly more aggressive than the average race. Lots of pirates, lots of soldiers, mercenaries. And of course, Trovelclef found this. He knows of a couple musicians that are Shobots. And the last one are Yusoki. Some people even think that Akaton is where Yusoki started, but there are still vast numbers of Yusoki living on the planet. All right, so that is trying to combine 9 or 10 pages worth of information I read through about Akaton.
Nice.
If anybody cares, in the core rule book, there is this little article. Um, it's a page long. If you want to nerd out and read a little bit more, you want to know specifics about the day, how long the day is, how long the year is, stuff like that. It's all there. It is not important as far as you could role play with the information if you read through it and stuff that we didn't talk about as much. But it's also a cool picture of one of the cities. But I don't want to spend this whole time doing an info dump. So, what other information did I miss? Are you curious about? Extracurricular reading at no extra credit. That's right. Atomic says. Any questions? Any follow ups you want?
Yeah, I'm good.
I have more information on everything I shared. So if you want more details, we know.
What are the 1,000 lights that it says that Morrow has?
All right. So Morrow itself is. Hold on a second. Hackathon is built in the side of the rift, the Adeo rift. The Adeo rift pretty much circumvents the planet, and Mara at one time was a big. Here it is. All right. Plenty of settlements cling to the sides of Akaton's trenches, but none are half as spectacular as Morrow. It stretches for miles along the Udayo Rift, and it's nearly 3 miles vertically from the surface of the chasm down to the floor.
What?
The epitaph of 1,000 lights is laughable understatement because the lights of millions of billboards, businesses, residents compete for attention. So that's what it refers to, the 1,000 lights.
Three miles is a long way to go.
It is famed for its fashion and nightlife, but it's also infamous for its gang warfare.
Oh, lovely.
I freaking told you so. Can I just say that? I told you so.
Morrow's citizens have learned how to avoid the worst side effects of the turf wars, few of which creep beyond the bottom mile of the city. However, recruiters do frequent almost every neighborhood, always on the lookout for new hotshots willing to join up
Of
one
course.
of the gangs.
Sounds like DC.
All right, so that's Morrow and their 1,000 Nights.
Can anybody else think of any questions?
So you were asking about the Urconian Sea, Kita. It was created by a collision of a prehistoric meteor that slammed into Akaton and left this huge oblong scar. It killed off virtually all the planet's larger fauna.
Fun,
Okay.
okay.
Force waves from the event are evident on the surface for thousands of miles.
Just that. I think they're overreacting, if you ask me.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
Who needs fauna? Well, I'm ready to go when everyone else is ready.
Let's go, please.
All right.
Before we go, I'm trying to think like practically, since their like economy's kind of like in shambles. Would it I'm kind of like asking the DM here. Would it like make sense to like bring something to like help like bribe people? Like would food be something that would be valuable? Like is there something that other than credits that would be valuable to exchange for like information?
Oh, hey, that's a great idea.
People probably have easy access to it here and not there. So
Not necessarily in that this is not an isolated planet. So things like water evaporators and um, even portable water evaporators that can draw moisture from the air into like a canteen thing um, are able to be purchased. Now, go ahead and give me a percentile.
bless you.
35. All right. So yeah, if you want to spend some credits as a group or as an individual, then I will say you are able to find some things that are in demand in that area um, with the computers roll you made and stuff. So any kind of so say you spend 100 credits, that will be worth double when you're looking to bribe or spend money there. So we will denote how much you want to spend to buy those type of things, and it'll be worth double.
Hey guys, aren't you glad that you have Mantha here to ask these questions?
Yes.
So how much
Indeed.
money are we wanting to spend to barter over there? We all just got like 150 credits, so
I spent like most of my money, so I only have 67 credits left.
Yeah.
well, hey, you can double.
I can what?
If you spend all your money, you can double it tomorrow.
Oh, bro.
That's totally how money works.
We don't need a gambling panda on the team.
It's called investing.
Okay, sure.
Mhm.
That's what they all tell themselves.
I'm investing.
Well, fuck, man. I mean, like,
All right. So as
Yeah,
a
and
party,
having
you
no
have
money.
just a shy of 2,000 credits.
Who has all the moolah? Holy crap.
most of us have about 500 credits. You're just
Well,
broke.
by most, that's two of you. One of you has
Yeah.
more than
See,
that, and
screw
two of you have less than that. So
I mean, I can donate 100 to the cause.
By saying that, oh yeah, most of you have 500 and some change.
yes,
So
and then
forgive me for
two
making
people
assumptions.
spent a bunch of money.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Atomic says, "Come on, Pandy needs some new bamboo shoes."
Yeah, I do. Amen to that. Facts.
That's right.
Anyway, I can donate 100 to the party.
And donate
Oh,
50.
that is a song. What song is that?
I'll
Reno,
donate 50 too. How's that? That
Ren-
leaves me with 17 credits. Are you happy?
so
It's okay. It'll be worth double on
Okay.
Akaton.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm gonna get my Bambi shoes there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The place that has no fauna.
so Kita and Reno or anybody else, you guys remember the song "And the People Bowed and Prayed to the Neon Gods They Made"?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sound of Silence. Never mind.
Sound of Silence.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I was like,
That's
the
what
Sound of Silence.
Atomic Hero Squad put into the chat.
I think Five Finger Death,
That's right.
Death Punch did a cover of that song.
That's right.
Think about
That goes
Uncle-
very well with like how I'm feeling right now.
And then he also said in Texas we got rid of the environment and everybody was a lot happier. Right.
Everybody was happier.
All right, so I'm going to make a note. We'll put
Oh, I guess I
in
should
the
deduct
calendar.
my 100.
So today is now the next day.
and the official day.
I went to sleep, dreamt about my new Bambi shoes.
So where are we keeping track of the credits we gave to the party?
Party sheet.
Oh,
There
that's
we
a
go.
good idea.
All right, so there we go. Boom. All right, so I'm going to put a note here on the 29th. So we have subtract it from your total.
I did.
Trouble Clef, you said you did 50.
Yeah.
Nikos, how much did you do?
100.
All right, so we have 150. Who else?
Raven does 50.
I'll do another 100.
Okay, so it's 300. Zitri.
Citri's doing 125 because
Alright.
it was her idea.
All right, so we have 425
Zitri.
credits total. Make sure you subtract it from, if you want to leave a note on your notes page saying, hey, I gave $50 and I want it back. If you don't spend it, that's fine.
Actually, that's a great idea.
Who is the face of the party? In other words, who is keeping all this gear and stuff that you bought? We're not going to worry about it, carrying capacity or any of that stuff. It's a really good idea, so I'm just going to say it's you're able to carry it, whether it's a sack or briefcase or whatever it is.
Well, Zitri did just get this fancy new backpack, so she's
I was
also
thinking
the
Zitri
one with
too.
the most diplomacy, so
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be her.
All right, so
I
Zitri
vote
has it.
Zitri.
All right,
I second.
all right. So the note is in the calendar. If you guys aren't familiar, in the top right, where the toolbar, where the combat tracker and all that stuff, one of them is a calendar. If you open it up, you'll see the little red dots on some of the days. There should be a square, and the top also tells you the date and the time. If you double click on any of those days with the red dots, it gives you a blurb on what happened that day. So some of them are more extensive than others because more happened on that day. Eventually, you guys will all have your birthdays on here. Some of them, a lot of you do. But so if you're ever wondering, gee, when did we do this, or what did we do? How long has it been since it's in the calendar.
Where does it pop up in the calendar? Because I'm not seeing it. Oh, it by itself. Okay, never mind. Popped up under the calendar, so I couldn't see it.
Right, yeah, it's a little window that pops up, so you may have to move stuff around. Okay. So you head to Akaton. Your trip to Akaton is uneventful. You are now limited to everything that's on your person, in your on your character sheets. Um, so outside the window, you see Akaton. It's a world the color of blood, rust, and red clay. On at both poles, they are thick shell of white covers them. As you head down, the gravity shift is not very apparent as you start to head toward Morrow. As you break through the atmosphere, and you see a handful of small towns, some large complexes, different sites that are spewing noxious fumes into the atmosphere, are around this trench city of Morrow. There's a bunch of dirt roads that are scatter out across the surface of the planet. As you begin your final descent, Morrow, the so-called City of Lights, comes into view. It occupies more of a vertical space than horizontal. It's built into a 6-mile-long section of trench that is half as deep and half a mile wide. Entire neighborhoods and business districts are built into the walls, accessed by patio entrances. There are neon lights, holographic advertisements all over both sides of this canyon, and then there's a spaceport and industrial zone occupy the ground level. As you guys land, there's a backdrop of an immense mural of a brightly glowing neon green graffiti that reads in common, "Get out, planet's broke."
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so you guys land. What would you like to do? It is hot. You guys step out. It's a dry heat. As you turn on, make sure your environmental protections are working.
This would be a bad time to figure out that they aren't.
You
Yes,
know,
indeed.
at least one of you
No, for
waited,
real.
didn't think
I'm a
about it until just now.
freaking panda. Yeah, I did not think about it until right this second. I was like, holy crap, I'm covered in fur.
All right, Atomic, have a good night. Appreciate you stopping by.
Have a good one, Tommy.
Maybe I'll sweat off some pounds.
Eh,
Isn't that like unhealthy for you though?
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right, so you
Don't
can
let diet culture get to your head.
use your profession. If any of you have certain professions that would fit this scenario, to try to find news outlets or trade gossip or you know, unions and such like that to see if there's to find information on him.
Despite my popularity, I have none of those other than perception.
People might hate you here, Riven.
Possible, that's what I'm saying.
To
So
them, you're just the celebrity that has it all and they have nothing.
Yeah, like if
Yeah.
I was in like a homeless camp and suddenly like some like sports guy, like famous like NFL athlete came over and just like started like taking pictures with people, I would be pretty upset.
Yeah.
all right, so does
Or it could
anybody
be the
think they
opposite.
have
I
an
don't know.
applicable skill? I mean, a profession
Where do you see
Do
a
I
profession again?
see enough robots around?
P for profession.
under on your skills page, skills tab.
I don't think I do.
How do you
It
how do you
says
tell what your
profession.
profession is?
So
under-
if you hover your
Oh, spacefarer.
Oh,
Mm.
my bad.
yes.
That's not what I wanted to do.
If you hover your mouse over it, you should be able to see what it reads, or
Oh, you're
stretch
It
it
doesn't
out.
do that for me.
So your profession is traveler. Treble Clef.
Okay, so then I probably have been here.
I might have been here too at some point in time.
I probably didn't like it. Probably said to myself, I'm never coming back here. The heat sucks.
So I would
But here
say,
I am.
with the mining that goes on, or at least used to go on here, roboticist would work. Would, WOULD, work. Um, Traveler and Spacefarer would work. Space Pirate would work. They're just different DCs.
I'm back.
Okay.
So I was just saying that because of the vast number of mining that goes on here, roboticists would be able to find like-minded people here.
Come on, dude. Stop.
Oh, neat. Cool. I didn't think that would work.
So you guys can give me a DC 16. So all everybody except Riven, can give me a DC 16 profession check.
I rolled the freaking.
Yep. I also rolled a 2, you know? We're in this together.
All right, so Treble Clef, you're talking to some people, and you find a strange anomaly. Whisper. There you go.
Ooh, he's whispering little secrets.
Abadar Corp
Whispers,
is what
whispers,
how you pronounce that.
Okay.
So remember we talked about
Yeah, following the money. That's cool. Okay.
the Taj.
I'm just gonna share this information with the group.
So Thasteron is what's mined here, and drift engine fuel is what is not mined here.
Awesome. Okay. Well,
All right, guys. So I was talking to those people, and they were saying that Abadar Corp recently purchased a large amount of drift engine fuel from the nearby town of Tosh, and I guess it's like a really big deal that's going on. But they were supposed to leave a little bit ago, and they haven't because something's gone wrong. So kind of sounds like maybe something we should check out.
Sweet.
Ho ho ho. He's already started.
yep. So drift engine fuel isn't even mined on this planet, but somehow it's been miraculously discovered.
Correct.
I think we know where he's
Oh,
at, or where
this
he
guy's gonna
was.
get us in so much trouble.
But for real.
So Abadar Corp is a big deal.
A big, 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 big deal.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the mainstream ones too.
Yeah, it says it's the largest corporation in the Pact world.
I guess go big or go home.
But for real, he he really did take that mentality and run with it.
Oh my god, well, he did think that it actually changes stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks it's real.
It is a massive faith-based corporation.
Ooh, screwed over the religious people too.
They are hands down the largest, wealthiest, and most influential corporation in the Pact Worlds, because of the Church of Abadar, which is a god of civilization, commerce, and wealth. In addition to manufacture, transport, and the sale of a wide variety of goods, magical and technological. They also provide a multitude of other services, including banking, financial, labor, legal, shipping, and utilities.
Busy beavers.
That's right.
Well, I think that we should probably head to Tosh. Do we need to find our own transportation there? I'm assuming, because once we got here, we're kind of on our own.
Yes, but it's being paid for, so it's like you do
Reimbursed.
the
We're
RoboCab,
using the company car.
and
Oh, yeah.
the little RoboCab will come up and zip you out there.
Cool.
Speaking of robocabs,
That's right.
we have Uber. We have driverless Ubers in the city.
Can I ask the people that I was talking to see if they've heard of his name, whatever his name was?
They have no idea what you were talking about.
Okay, cool.
All right, and I need this gathering of information as you guys scatter and then come back and meet back together. Starts at 4 hours, and then for each success, it goes down by 1. So it took 3 hours. So it is now 1 p.m.
Okay. Well, what's you?
All right. So do you want who is your? Let's see. Okay, so you also have the specific information on Talbot, the time of arrival and the shuttle that he flew in on. So if someone wants to do a diplomacy check, you can then try to track down him from the shuttle aspect.
Nope, I don't have that either.
Nope, not I.
Oh, wait,
Well,
Cat.
Zitri, do you want to do it, or do you want to
Wait,
help
wait,
me?
wait down.
I will go ahead and do it if you want to try helping me.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, nice. Maybe I should just made you do it, but I am better. I think I can just match it because I'm going to go ahead and take that +2 and add it to my +8. So I have a +10 total, and then I'm just going to use my paradox, my 12. So that's just a 22. I get
All
a
right.
22 on doing it.
And is that one of them that allows you to re-roll?
Yes, it is.
All right. Let's go ahead and re-roll.
Yes, it is.
Oh, stop
No
it.
way you said it.
Nice, I
Nice.
got a good one.
All right. And so how does that play out in your mind? How does your delving into the time?
Well, Zitri kind of gets like pieces of like she gets like flashbacks from like former lives, and so as she's like talking about this stuff, she's like having like flashbacks of like when she had like similar conversations in a past life, and so like like in that life she said the wrong thing and fucked up the encounter, and so she's like not doing that.
All right. Nice. So you are able to talk to a couple people, and you determine that he went to a small mining town called Tosh.
Why?
And it's
Which is
pronounced.
where that engine fuel thing happened.
Yep.
Oh, easy. If we
It's
didn't have suspicions, we definitely have them now.
Yeah, it's for sure him.
Yeah, so you can either rent a personal vehicle, catch a ride to a small, or catch a ride there. However you want to get there, either one. Public transportation or rent your own.
Stop.
And it's all paid for.
Public
It is.
transportation. Okay.
Then the rent your own. Why not, man?
That way we can get a vehicle that accommodates you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we don't have to pay for it, so why the heck not? Why not treat ourselves to luxury?
That's
We'll
right.
just say that the other option wasn't available.
That's right.
Yeah.
They don't know. They're not here.
I'm 100 hit to the Escalade.
All right, so it takes you 2 hours to get out to Tosh. Is there anything everybody says, and looking at your GPS and your space Google Maps, is it's going to take about 2 hours. Is there anything you wanted to do in the town before you leave?
Some water.
Okay.
Got hydrate.
All right, so
Can I sorry. Can I try to get like set of like clothing that like a local might wear?
you can. And it is now again. There's so you're looking for just regular everyday clothing?
Yeah, I would want to blend in as much as is possible.
All right, so costs you 1 credit.
Ooh, I don't know, guys. That's kind of steep.
You can drag that into your inventory and then change and then differentiate it from your other clothing by saying it is Morrow/Acatonian. Is anybody else buying that who doesn't know how to make that
No.
minor change? Okay.
I'm
All right.
a 7-foot panda. I'm gonna stand out no matter what I do.
That's right.
Yeah.
But maybe you'd look extremely comfortable doing so.
I'm not gonna be comfortable no matter what.
That's right.
Hey, you could
Got a
get some
fur
layers off.
coat.
I don't know.
No.
All right, so there's
Just
a
stick
long road lined with single-story dwellings, runs through the town of Tosh. There are some powered vehicles chained to the homes along the way. There's a small general store in the center of town with little flickering white lights. There's lots of activity around this one building. A sign that says Diggers Dive. It's clearly the town bar. And you see that there are some people standing outside. You see there are a bunch of vehicles around it, mostly humans and Isoki. But there are some Shobad as well. And it is 2 p.m. So it's a little early for what you would normally expect, especially in the size of this town, of a town of this size, rather. So it's a little odd that it would be this busy, but what do you want to do? You don't really see very many people walking around. You might see one person who comes out and they're intent. They're not looking around. They're going from one place to another, or going to the back of a different building or stuff like that. The only people that are sort of milling around are the people by the Digger's Dive, or at the local store. You haven't been in there yet.
Can I walk up and ask someone near the bar if they know where the people from the whatever that place was, Abadar, right? Abadar Corp. trying to remember off the top of my head. I was
It's
scrolling and looking.
Abadar Corp.
Like, Abadar Corp. If we know where they're staying. Or if they know.
So, think of this as, like a. Give me a. Give me a second here.
If I have
So
to
as you
bribe
guys
them, I'm gonna
pull
need
up,
somebody else to come with
as
me.
you guys pull up and park, where he climbs out of the vehicle and stuff. The handful, there's 3 or 4 people who are outside, and they sort of head inside. Let me. Is everybody going inside?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Yes.
Let me. Here it is. So I did not put a grid on here. This comes with a grid. So don't worry about it that much.
Okay.
See. And give me just a moment here. I need to check something.
I'll be right back.
All right, I need perception checks from everybody as you step in.
Did mine go? No, it didn't.
Second lowest.
Okay, I'm back. We rolled a perception check. What happened?
Was it?
Nothing has come up yet. He's
All right,
typing.
sound has come up. If you're not listening to soundscape. All right, so you see there are no windows. Small rectangular openings in the exterior walls at ceiling height allow for ventilation. The in front entrance is a waist-high wooden half door. The ceiling is 15 feet high, is strung with some dim electric lights. The bar is fitted with a power generator and water condenser against its exterior southern wall, although it's not on the map.
There's a map on the southern wall.
Yeah, I shared it with everybody. Did you not get it?
I didn't get it.
There you go.
I got it.
There you go. Alright, so the open sky is visible from the cracks between the planks that serve as a roof. The floor is wood. You see that the walls and the ceilings are mud and brick. You see sort of attempted to make it ornamental and fancy. The tavern is divided in two halves by this energy field with an opening at the northern end. There's a bar that lines the southern wall. Tables are wooden and makeshift but solid. And way off to the east, you see there's a platform about a foot above the floor for performances and musicians and things. You see miners and families. Occupying the bar. And let me look at the Strug, Nikos, and Troubleclef. Alright, so the three of you, Zitri and Riven, you're busy looking around. Riven, you see there's an old monitor up on the wall. It's showing one of the basketball games, so you get distracted by that. But the rest of you notice that there's a out of place Sheeran and two Basque bodyguards in the corner of the bar. Over here. Trog, I'm sending you a message. There you go.
Who was told us about that?
That's these people over here in the corner.
Yeah, but the corporation.
Abador Corp.
Yeah, which one of them?
All three of them.
No. Who in our group found out about that corporation?
The big bear behind you, Troubleclef.
I tap on them and point at them and tell them to look at their. Listen. Think that's who we're looking for in the corner?
Alright, so what are you guys doing? You're standing there in the doorway.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. I got up and went to go get tissues. What did I miss?
Trog
I'm sorry.
Trog patted you and said, "Hey, people from Abador Corp are over there. The two Vesk and the Sheeran." He was pointing to over here. They look out of place.
Okay, cool. Well, we should probably go talk to them. I feel like we should probably send someone to talk to them who has way better diplomacy or whatever than me.
It's not
Um,
me.
Not me.
is it
Hey
true?
guys.
um,
I wonder
and
who you could be talking about.
maybe we talk with them like with some caution because we don't know yet whether or not they want this dude's head on a platter or if they're like waiting on him, friends with him. We don't know the relationship with this guy that we're looking for. So maybe not law down to the fact that we're trying to retrieve a stolen artifact that is being used to help bring them profit, or to screw them over,
It is
you know?
not bringing them profit.
Well, they don't know that oh, maybe. We don't know. We don't know what they know. So for all they know, this guy's bringing them profit or he's screwing them over big time.
Okay, so maybe we should talk about that.
So I don't know if you want to use diplomacy or bluff. Either one.
Oh, I'm for sure better at diplomacy.
cool.
Let me think. Before I go and like try to approach them, like try to scout it out a little bit first. Try to gauge their mood, see if they are celebrating or like plotting murder or something.
Great idea. Great idea.
While you do that, I'm gonna go get a drink.
Hey, Sven.
Yes.
Nikos is like, I'm just here for the ride. Let me go get something.
And I'll observe from the bar.
I'm gonna go sit at. I want to sit at the table.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know the tokens were locked. There you go. What was your question, Reno?
I'm
Just
sitting at the empty table.
Fantasy Grounds. It's the same as the host running an unauthorized copy.
Oh, I had that error the other day. I had to close Fantasy Grounds a couple times and open it up again, and all of a sudden it just worked.
Alright, thank you.
And I would completely go out of Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, I did. Really?
Look, you're getting fat already, cat. You ain't even a year old and you're already a fat cat.
Alright, so go ahead and move yourselves where you want to go. Trog sat down at the table. Alright, so Nikos, give
That
me
is the
a
bar, I
sense.
presume, right?
Yes. Nikos,
Okay.
give me a sense motive. And
I'm kind of just following Zitri like a big burly bodyguard.
Zitri,
got
what
one
are you doing
headphone on
besides
and I'm
standing
kinda
next to the
bobbing my
table?
Zitri, trying to get a read on how the Avatar Corps people are feeling right now.
Okay, sense motive.
It's not gonna be great. She's not good at this, but like, you know.
I can try too, maybe.
Neither am I, but I did pretty good.
Sense motive. I'm not very good at
Shit, I
this.
did pretty good. No,
I don't touch
feeling the
shit.
corporate.
Did I go ahead and roll that?
Like, all those guys are just chilling.
You're sort of sitting by yourself. Who are you looking at? Torg?
I'm watching
Frog.
the Abadar guys.
Alright, yep. Go ahead.
Hey, let's see what do you see.
Trouble Crap, you recognize one of the songs, so you're not really paying much attention.
Of
Yeah,
course.
pretty much.
It's
Just
gotten
kinda-
stuck in your head, you know.
It honestly really does sound
26.
so good. I am vibing.
On for 26. Alright, orange guy. fighting me. Don't taste too good, dude.
All right, so there's Juicy Trog. Zitri.
Where is it?
There is Zitri. All right, and so, by the way, if you can either zoom in on the map, or if you hover your mouse over the token, a larger version of that token will appear in the corner of the map. So if you want to know what people look like and stuff, and what type of races they are that you're sitting next to or standing by or whatever.
Table and hot babes on.
Riven, are you? So you're hovering next to Nikos. What is your intent? Are you going to sit down, or there's nowhere to sit there?
Isn't this the bar though?
Yes. Are you going to go sit at the empty chair?
Yeah. I'm gonna get.
Okay. So go ahead and slide on over to the empty chair. Zitri. So you're Zitri and Trebleclever. You're standing there staring at these people in the corner.
I'm not staring at them. I'm looking at Zitri. I'm kind of just
Yeah,
chilling.
Trouble Club is staring at like where the speakers are.
Yeah. You find that. See, I'm just kind of making a small circle. Like, what's up? Alright, I guess I can go take a seat. Alright, cool.
You hear the table of women. Zitri is they're giggling and laughing and pointing at you, but you're not sure if they're mocking you or if they're impressed or what. But they're definitely watching you. The three of them are watching you. Troublecraft. So
Wait, they're watching me or Zitri? I'm confused. Or both of us?
you,
Oh, me. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Nikos.
Wait. Which table is that? Hold on. I've had a line I wanted to say since the start of this campaign. Those people?
These
okay,
three,
I'll kind
the
of like
ladies.
turn and look at them and I'll say,
What? You never seen a panda before?
for those of you who don't know where that line comes from, I'm sorry for you.
Oh, I know where it comes from.
Strong. I know why you're so excited to say it.
It was fun, okay?
Alright, so Nikos, as you sit down, the Yusoki sort of looks you up and down, and the dwarf gnome, you're not really sure what it is, is looking at DJ Bounce. The two on the end of the bar are deep in conversation, and they barely even they acknowledge that you exist, but don't care. And the Yusoki says, "Hey, I don't remember seeing no one-legged frogs here. Welcome. What you drinking?"
The frog will have some grog.
I am, I'll take the house special.
So you,
Soup and salad.
there's a Yusoki behind the bar, and he says, "Hey, Bodswald, get my new friend here." how special. And so as you guys are watching her, you see that she's slinging drinks. Although her mixing at best consists of combining 2 liquids. And it's the Yosoki pays for it. You see that most of the drinks are 1 credit each. And what brings you? You're trying to get in on this special thing we got going on here?
Oh no. You have a special thing going on here? I'm just here traveling the galaxy. This is just a stop on my route. Checking out
well,
new planets.
You make a note in that there book of yours that Talbot has rebuilt Tosh. And the gnome dwarf thing says, "You from that game, right? You on the TV?" He's talking to you, Ruben.
As always, DJ Bounce. From whatever team.
I knew you. I knew you. He goes back to his drink.
Man, too bad I have no kind of mental telepathy. That was just a bombshell right in my lap. I'm gonna kind of shoot a glance down there at DJ and kind of give him a look like, did you hear what I just heard?
DJ, give me a sense motive check with a +5.
Okay. Sense motive.
Ship of Fools is in the house. Welcome, welcome.
Fools.
Hello.
These are my biggest subscriber. And like I said, it's either between him and Martian Cat. Biggest biddies. You redeemed a little bit of help for Zitri. So alright, with the 12, you see Nico's sort of wiggling his eyes towards you and stuff, but you're not sure exactly what he's trying to say. And you don't want to be rude to the guy next to you, but he sort of turned away as you have your signing pen out and then slowly putting it away when you realize he's not asking for your autograph.
Yeah, I'll take a brew.
Well, at this point, I'm gonna chug my drink. Don't
Okay.
know what it is. I'm just taking a shot. Taking it like a shot, man.
Alright, roll percentile. You do not like this at all. You are.
You do not like this at all.
Give me a fortitude saving throw.
Okay.
Just throws up on the bartender.
Nice. Alright, so you
God, that's
Go
gonna
to
be one way to drag it.
chug it. Sorry. You swallow it, and then all of a sudden whole face and head change color and turn like a bright red, and then it slowly starts to fade. You're not sure what the taste is, but it's definitely something you have to fight to not throw up, and then you're forcing it down and keeping it down. Your body swells a little bit as you can, and you have to fight to keep it down, maintain your normal size. And the Isoki's like, oh, well, it's not for everybody. She's got some Akatonian ale back there that'll probably do you better. Here, I feel bad that you didn't like the house special, so he motions over to her and just come on, give him another one. It's all right. I got a big bonus from this last deal that Talbot made, so it's on me.
Now I look at
That's
my little Yosoki friend and I'm like, thank you, my friend. I'm always into trying something new everywhere I go. I'm so... Wow. I will take the ale. Thank you so much for your kindness.
Alright, Zitri, you've now stood up. What are you doing?
Zipri is going to go ahead and start making a move and approaching this table. And I see an empty seat, guys.
Alright, as you guys come forward,
well,
the two guards
Trouble
stand
Club
up.
Maybe you should stay.
Following you. Okay, I was gonna say Trouble Club is following you, so if you don't want me to come with you and help you, then all right, I'll go back and sit down at this table.
Well, Riven's bringing three mugs of beer over to you guys, so I'm still clueless as to what's going on.
Two guards stand up. And one. What you want?
Hey, I hear good things are happening in this town. Why are you looking so down over there, my friend? And Zitri's gonna take a look and see if they have any drinks on this table.
So that is the armor with a little tie built in that the Sharon is wearing.
I love the built-in tie.
Agent K.
Right.
If you can't
That's funny. I just watched those movies,
Just now?
like within the last day or two. Yeah,
That is funny.
yeah. I watched all 3 Men in Black movies right before we started gaming. No, I didn't do that.
Well, you know, she was preparing for playing Starfinder with a bunch of aliens.
That's right.
And she had to do
That was it. Yeah, yeah. I was doing some research.
So as she leaves the Trouble Clef, you see the woman in blue with the blue scarf. She gives the sign language sign for you to initiate telepathic communication, because you can talk telepathically, but with anybody, but you have to initiate it first.
Okay. The woman with the 3 women at the table.
Right, the one with the blue scarf.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I thought that was the one. I just wanted to make sure.
And she says, "Hey, why don't you come join us? Your friend left. Got an empty seat over here."
They do not have an empty seat. I will note that there is not an empty chair at that
Is there a chair you could sit in, though?
Yeah, no, there's definitely chairs. I'm just like, actually, Sven, on the map.
Are you going to go over there or not? ignore the
Yeah, I'll go
riffraff
over there.
trying to interrupt.
I'll go over there. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a seat at the table right next to them.
So you go sit down, and they start talking, and you can tell they've had a couple drinks in them, and
They want to pet you
they're
so badly.
That's probably it. Yeah.
they're very they are very handsy, touching your arms and stuff, and putting your hand on your leg, and they buy you a drink, buy you whatever you're drinking. Meanwhile, the two Vesk, what was your response to them?
You didn't have them respond to me.
Like they never
Right.
said anything.
Yes, they stood up and they said, "What do you want?" And then you said something, and I was asking what you said back.
Zitri came up and I had it and then I said it and then it's gone. Basically went up and was like, hey,
Good things are happening.
good things are happening. Why are you looking so down over there, my friend?
The light you hear in your mind, the light of Abacora shines one day and is within the shade another day. Some days are more of a test of faith than others. Leave us be.
Okay.
Extrovert my way
We don't want
into this.
anything
I don't
to do.
I don't
Yeah.
know how to do it. Do they have a drink in front of them?
Yes, and food.
Okay.
And Rick has three things in his hand, turns around, and the table's empty. What the?
In that case, man, they just told me to fuck off, and so like I don't want to like cross boundaries. So Zitri,
Cross those boundaries.
I feel like I'm gonna get stabbed if I do.
You'll be fine.
Zitri, responds, are you sure? I'm a very good listener. I might, be able to help you with some of your problems. And, I think, that was, like, telepathically. Can I respond telepathically? I think
Yes,
I
if
can.
they initiate the conversation, you can respond. So give me one of the charisma checks.
Okay, cool. So, I have a little bit of help.
You do.
And
You get a +2, thanks to Jingo, Ship of Fools.
I just really want this to work. So, um, I'm gonna go ahead and use that little bit of help and my paradox to diplomacy. So I have a +10 to diplomacy because of the little help. And I've got a paradox that's a 17, guys. So let's just go ahead and use that one up. And I have a 27 diplomacy check to try to convince this guy that I'm a good listener and that he should talk to me.
All right, so is this one that lets you reroll?
No, I only get to do that once.
Okay.
And I have already done it.
All right, so you use up your 17. So you are successful. They sit back down, and you're invited to sit.
And out loud, she will ask the bartender for another round for this table.
Okay, Trog and Riven,
Yes.
you each have 2 drinks now because Riven brought back 3. Well, are you guys doing anything in particular?
I'm still watching them.
Okay. You notice that they're not openly hostile. They just want to be left alone. whatever she said, because you could tell it was telepathic, seemed to have worked. So they sat down. They, they're not reaching for their weapons or anything. They're just, the guards are watching her as Citri sits down.
Riven was going to bring a beer over to today. Now she just hangs out.
So you cut out. You said you're going to bring a beer over to.
I was intending to bring it to over to Zitri and Trebleclef, but they both took off. So, and I look over at Trebleclef. He's busy with the table of ladies, so I'm hanging on to the beer here and drinking my own.
Right. I said you and Trog each have 2 because you brought back 3. So
Yes.
give 2 to him and 2 for yourself. You're good to go. All right.
That's
So Trog, this is good stuff. You like this? You've had it before. Riven, it's average. What do you know of what is going on in this town? He says with derision to you, Zitri.
Well, I heard that somebody found like a big amount of
That fuel.
dirt engine fuel, and I heard there was some nice deal going on that would really help this town. I don't know what accent I'm doing, guys, but let's just pretend it's being consistent because I want it to be consistent.
It's an accent. It's good.
It's not my normal voice, so.
So you hear in the background from the other room, somebody mentions Talbot, and they all cheer. Yeah.
I look at my Yosoki friend as I'm drinking my ale, and I'm like, so, you said somebody named Talbot helped rebuild this community? How'd that happen?
So they explain, he's like, he brought in found some new drift fuel. He's got a way to with this new formula he's got, he can change the faster on to drift fuel.
Oh no.
So he says the Sheeran turns, just sort of leans forward on one of his pairs of hands to you, Zitri, and says, I am with Abadar Corp. We do not take well to being swindled. The
Oh,
I freaking knew it. They
This-
know. They want him dead.
this Talbot said that he had approached us with a new alternative fuel for the drift engines. We purchased it for analysis, and we were interested as this would be a new commodity on the galactic markets. However, not long after we left Agaton's orbit, it reverted back to Vasteron. We purchased this fuel on good faith, and we do not tolerate outright fraud.
Citri is giving surprised looks and gasps when appropriate.
You mentioned that you're with the Starfinder
No.
Society.
That's a good question.
I mean, at this
Is
point,
the
we kind of know.
Starfinder
Like,
Society typically in good terms with Abadar Core?
That's like saying is a small business chain in good company with Comcast or Amazon or Google. The Starfighter Society is a consumer.
Well, hey, I don't want to make a big deal of it, but I might have some connections with the Starfinder Society, and we might be able to help track down this Talbot and help you out a little bit.
All right, so I need a DC 17 diplomacy check.
Hey guys, I could
got
leave it
this.
up to dice, or I'm just saying I've got an 11 right there. I could get a 19. I think I'm just gonna use the 11 paradox. I'm just gonna be good at diplomacy, guys. That's what I'm here for.
Okay.
So that is a 19.
Okay. And that uses up your 11.
Yes.
All right, so you were able to convince them to wait instead of, and you will handle the matter on his behalf, on their behalf. And so he gives you his contact information. And him and the bodyguards leave. And this is where we will leave it for tonight. Actually, I'm going to have pause just a second in case I'm missing something. So as they get up and get ready to leave, this is where we'll leave it. Stop it for tonight.
Can't deal in certainties until
That's right.
you check your notes.
Torg and Divin could still attack. You never know. Nikos could lose his mind and attack. I have stat blocks
Hey,
for
good night, guys.
these three. So thanks for playing with me, guys. I appreciate it.
That's my DMing.
Thank you for doing this.
And we will be back in 2 weeks. Next week we are doing the Horizons of the Vast. So brand new campaign.
Brand new.
We've got a couple different players. So come back, check it out. You guys can mess around with Jingo in the chat this time because he's one of our players. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
good
night,
night.
guys.
Okay, guys.
Good night.
I mean, I got
Hey, you've used it a few times tonight.
yeah, I did.
Such
I
a-
did.
such a
What,
pleasure.